Super Earth, our home.
I am Coop, and we had the Sony showcase last night, 2023. For some reason, this managed to sneak under my radar. It was only this morning that I've been looking at the videos. Some of my followers and people on the channel have said, my God, Coop, you need to be making more of a fuss about this. This is a very interesting situation.
These are happening all over the galaxy right now.
Arrowhead still at the helm, which is important. They came up with the Gauntlet remake, and obviously they dreamt up the inception of the Helldivers game model in the first place. So to have them still on board is a really good sign. There's a point I want to get across very quickly to people who aren't aware of Helldivers' heritage, my channel, and local co-op. Basically, this game made my YouTube career at the start. It came out free, it came out on the PlayStation 4, but get this as an angle, it was released on the Vita. You could walk into a room with your Vita and join a PlayStation 4 game on the same TV. It was like a Wii U semi-remote controller. It was an amazing idea, and I was like, oh my God, the industry is finally starting to recognize a good local co-op again. The Vita version of this game was also very good, and to have this given to us free quite early on in the lifespan of PSN, it was a real godsend, and it brought us all together as local co-op gamers. I'll never forget it, everyone loved it, and it had this great angle of friendly fire, having to keep communications up. It kept the randoms aspect out of it because you really needed to play with someone you knew and could communicate with almost face to face.
Experience true freedom.
This trailer looks amazing, but there's a few alarm bells in it for me. One of which is this PSN mention at the bottom here, and also it being not true in-game footage. That's fair enough. It looks okay, but that brings me over to my point. They've blatantly changed the format. That format they came up with was groundbreaking. I'm talking about that Vita integration, that real-time local co-op, and the friendly fire system and drop-in system. It meant that you could actually hurt other players by calling in ordnance. You could put stuff on people's heads back. So the top-down twin-stick local co-op angle has clearly gone. Whether this offers a split screen on this third-person new camera aspect, I don't know. I can't find anything out about it. All I can find is old references to the original Helldivers being offline local co-op. They would show split-screen footage if they had developed it. One of the things that makes me think it could be in is that these graphics are not top-end. It might be enabled to have a vertical split in there, but I highly doubt this because they would have flagged it and said, look guys, look what we've managed to still keep in. Now that brings me over to the market and the third person shooter slash returnal slash anything else that's AAA that's been pushed out lately. Control, there is a mountain of third person sci-fi shooters involving aliens. Dead Space remake. It is such a competitive market. I do not understand why they would take away their already dominated area of brilliant local co-op sci-fi twin stick shooting and move into one of the most difficult competitor saturated sections of the industry. Housemart did it fine. Returnal probably sold quite a few units, but then again that was an exclusive, which brings me on to the fact that this is advertised as a PlayStation 5 exclusive and PC. So it's all quite complicated. Did anyone see a single mech in that trailer? I didn't. I saw a few airdrops. I saw things coming in from the sky, which is definitely something they're keeping. Didn't see a tank. I think a lot of that top-end ordnance is probably kept to the side. That might be considered juicy endgame footage. I will definitely be playing the online co-op version of Helldivers 2. I'm just very concerned that they may have put this Helldivers 1 game model in the bin, and if they have, that would have broken my heart. Make Helldivers 1.10 or something, which is just like a PlayStation 5 upscaled version of the original. I would snap that up. Even make it 5-player local co-op. Where can you see a decent local co-op review of Helldivers 1 on the PlayStation 5? On my top 25 list, I'll put the link in the description. It's quite an in-depth look, and you get to see some of the really amazing weapons and different loadouts that you can experiment with in the game. This trailer also explores the darker sort of political side of Helldivers' subject matter, with liberty and politics playing quite a big part in the directions of both the protagonist race and the people you're fighting against. It's cool that they're still pushing on that one, and the parallels with it are Starship Troopers, obviously, both in creature and alien design, but also with that bedrock plot of technically playing as the evil guys. Where can you see a detailed breakdown of Starship Troopers? In my top sci-fi horror list of films, but the Starship Trooper IP is actually got its own games coming out. They're semi-open world, they look quite interesting. I will be digging into them once they're polished, finished and rolled out officially, but this is where you really can enjoy Starship Troopers content in the form of Helldivers 1. I have been Couch Coop. I will of course see you down there. Stay tuned for Phantom Pain still holds up. Yes, Snake Eater was a major announcement for me.